What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Travis's Art Show. Today I want to teach you how to draw Pikachu from Pokemon. So grab your pencil and paper and let's get right into it. Thanks for joining me today. Alrighty guys, so we're first going to start off with the basic shapes today, and we're first going to start off with the circle. So do a light circle right in the middle here. And once we have a circle here, we're then going to do a straight line going right through. And then from there, we're going to do a horizontal line right through the middle right here, just like so. Alright? Then once we have this, we're going to do a triangular shape. Starting from this line that we just did, we're going to bring it down, and it's going to go all the way to about here. We're going to make it go about here. Bring it up a little bit. And we're just going to bring it up right about here. I'm going to bring it up just a tad. This is going to be his body, so you don't have to make it perfect. These are the light lines, the guidelines, and these are just going to be the background, kind of like building up the structure of Pikachu. So once you have this here, what we're then going to do is, okay, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this go up a little higher because I don't want his head to be too small here. His head needs to be the biggest here, and so with his body, it should be about to here. All right, so make it right about to here, just like so. All right. So once you have this, we're then going to do his feet, and then his feet are just going to be simple circles or spheres, or not spheres, ovals. There's going to be two on each end right here. Nothing much to them, which is nice. And then for his arms for now, all we're going to do is going to do two simple curved lines just like this. All right, and then finally for his ears, we're then just going to do two simple ovals like we just did. Do something like this. All right, these are the guidelines, so don't make them perfect, but we're just getting the idea down. All right, so now once we have this, let's get right into the details. Alrighty, so for the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do his eyes, and so his eyes are going to be two circles right here. I'm going to do another one on the other side right about here, same size, right about there. And then once we have these two eyes, we're going to do another circle on the inside of it right about here. These are going to be the highlights in his eyes. All right. And so once we have these two highlights here, from this intersection right here of all the lines and the triangle shape, we're going to do a nose right about to there. All right. So once you have that, we're going to do his mouth. And the cool thing about this mouth here is it's already kind of here for us because the triangle here is going to tell us how wide the mouth's going to be. So from this triangle shape, we're going to go from the middle line to the triangle, and we're going to connect it with these curved lines to make this nice little shape. All right. So once we have this here now, we're then going to do his cheeks, and for his cheeks, there's going to be two simple circles that are going to go right about here, and they're going to go outside of the main circle we did because his cheeks are going to be coming out of the circle just a tad too. So we want to just do that for now. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. Just two nice simple circles just like that. All right. And so once we have this here now, we're then going to move on to making his head shape. And so from this circle that we just did, we're going to connect this bottom part of the circle. We're going to connect to this part of the circle we just did with the smaller one. So we're just going to make a connecting point right about there. And this is going to go up through here. And then this is going to curve back into the circle we just did right there. And then this is going to go straight up and follow through and stop right about here, just like so. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go right about here. And we're just going to connect to that circle. And we're going to bring this up, connect to that circle, and this is going to go right up. And this is going to all the way up, and it's going to stop right about here for his ears. Okay? And now once we have this here, we're then going to do his ears, might as well. And before we do that, actually, we're first going to do the top of his head so we know where the ears are going to land. So the main thing here is we're just going to follow with this circle we did in the very beginning, and we're just going to do this curve. But the curve is not going to connect directly to these lines right here because we want to make the ears kind of come in right there. Okay? So now we're then going to follow these ovals, and we're going to go make a point right here. Once we have that point, we're going to make a curve that goes from here. We're going to connect it all the way to there. So curve it right into there, just like so. And we're going to connect it here to here, just like so. And we're going to do a curve for the top of his ear, just like so. And the same thing here, do a point right there, and then we're going to curve it right back into here, just like so. Same thing here. Just like so. All right, and I'm going to do that curved line just like that. Fantastic. There's Pikachu so far. Looking pretty cool, huh? So now we're going to finish off his body, and his body's really simple. So from where we did his cheeks here, we're going to start from about here, and we're going to connect it to the triangle we did. So we're going to follow here from the circle, and we're going to connect it to the triangle, and we're going to curve in just like so, like that. Okay? We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Curve in to that triangle, and we're going to follow through and make that shape just like that. All right. Now once we have that, we're going to do his feet. So we're going to follow with these ovals we did, and we're going to make 3 toes. So one curve right there, never curve right there, and then doing the last curve right there, ending with that outer side of the oval we did. It's going to follow through all the way down, and it's going to go up right about to there. All right. Same thing on the other side. Do 3 curves for his toes. Right about there. Another one right there. Follow through for that oval. Okay, and we're going to bring it up just a tad right there. Perfect. Fantastic. So once we have this here now, we're going to start his arms. And for his arms, we're going to do those curves that we did a second ago. Just kind of go over them a little bit. But we're going to do a couple of his fingers here. And so his fingers are basically just going to follow through this bottom of this curve we did. There's 5 fingers, I believe, and so they're basically just little points. And so I'm just going to kind of just make it random here. They don't have to be too crazy. Just kind of make have those pointy fingers that he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then once we have those, we're going to bring that up right about here to finish off his arms. All right, and now to finish the bottom of his body, just simply do a curve right about there. It's going to follow through, finish right there. We're going to finish right about there. Perfect. And there's his body right there. And now to do his tail here, we're going to follow with this line we did for his head, or for his ear, and we're going to do a straight line that's going to go right about to here, kind of following that same kind of momentum as the ear. And so now this is going to go down all the way to about the line we did for the middle of his head here. And then once we have that, this is going to angle to the cheek he did right here. And so this is going to go in like that. Okay. And then this is going to angle right about to here. And then now we're going to angle this all the way back to his body. Not fully yet. Once we have that about there, we're going to continue it out. And we're going to bring it back into his body right about there. Okay. And now to finish the tail, we're going to start from the cheek right here. Do that. Bring this about in right there. And yeah. And then to finish it, we're going to do a nice little curve right there. Little stripes right there. Okay. So now I'm going to simply shade in a couple things right here. So I'm going to do his eyes real quick. You always got to do the eyes. Okay. And we're going to do his ears. And there we go. Ba-bam, Pikachu. That's right, baby. All right, guys. So let's do some coloring. I'm going to color this real quick, and then you can check out at the end and see how you'd like to color it. But you can reference mine at the end. So let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial of how to draw a Pikachu, because I know I did, because I'm a big fan of Pokemon. I've always grown up loving to collect the Pokemon cards, the Megas, the EXs, they're all the best. And so I hope you really enjoyed just doing this today. So please like and subscribe if you like this channel, and also if you'd like to see another cartoon character to be drawn, please leave it in the comments and I'll get to it. But thanks for joining me today. I'll hope to see you soon. Thanks for your support as always, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day and God bless you.